Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon Pyrite. In the last episode, we defeated Misty at the Celadon City Gym and Lieutenant Surge at the Vermilion City Gym. And in this episode, we're going to take on Sabrina at the Saffron City Gym before going on and taking on... Before trying to find the EXPN card. That's what we need to do. We need to find the EXPN card and try and work out what on earth is going on with regards to that. The underground path between Celadon and Saffron. We said that was open. We'd already been through all of this sort of stuff. And depending on how we go, we might also do some of the trainers on the SS. And just to obviously keep us ticking over in terms of levels, because as you can see we're currently all at level 87, but yeah, we obviously want to continue gaining levels as best as possible. But what we are going to need to buy is a bunch of hyper potions. Obviously normally we'd buy max potions, but we can buy more hyper potions. We can buy 21 hyper potions or 16 max potions. So I'm going to buy a bunch of hyper potions. We have 11 revives, and ideally we don't really want to die here. Obviously, you know, we don't want to die anyway, but I say die, I mean lose, obviously. We're not actually going to die, obviously. Won't have any effects. Won't have any effects. Won't have any effect. Won't have any effect. Won't have any effect. Won't have any effect. Okay, well, we can do some selling then, actually, because we can sell you for 2,400, and we can sell our nugget, sorry, those two, like that, cool. And then we can buy some, we'll buy some max potions as well, just to sort of have that bit of flexibility. Need like 18, so we can sell these mystery berries. And these ice berries, seeing as no one seems to be burning us at the moment. And there isn't like a move like Will-O-Wisp, which causes burning, so it's fine. So there, anyway, cool. So yeah, so we're going to take on Sabrina today, and then we're going to, yeah, continue, as I said, do some more trainers. So, here we go. The other thing, obviously, is when we head over to Johto, is we'll obviously have the chance to screw hypnosis. Once we head over to Johto, we'll have the chance to try and catch a Lugia, because obviously we haven't done that yet. So you have an Espeon, which is at what, stage 2 now of evasiveness, I think. Unfortunately, we're missing. I'm going to go to Ursaring here. The Zap Cannon is obviously an issue, but you know, we can take one at least. And I will just, so you're going to go into Girafarig, which is great. We can take that and 2 hits. Obviously, it would have been an issue at the time, but there we go. So we could take out that Psychic. You made your you made your soul stronger, not just your abilities. So anyway, we can full heal our Vaporeon, and we can, I don't have any full restores is the other thing I might want to consider getting. But anyway, we're just going to leave it for the moment, I think. When we get in trouble, we'll then. So that takes us back to the start. This takes us, okay, cool. So you, I can see into your soul, says this medium, who starts off with a Mischievous. So, we definitely want to bite. And we get the Flint, which is really nice. It's going to send out a Gengar. I do expect it's got Thunderbolt. Okay, that's fine. Bite should still be a... Wow, we get a crit anyway. So, down goes the Gengar. Can bite, and again, even though, obviously, Thunderbolt is a dangerous move, but, we will rest and pray. Please go for Hypnosis. It'd be yes, there we go. So, well, I'm going to assume that this guy's going to have the Dream Eater. So just going to go into Ursaring here. and try and get off a strength. There we go, really nice. That's a 2 KO. Goodbye, Hypno. That takes us back to the start. So you, then you. Okay. Oh man, I should have healed up before him. But anyway. So he's going to start off by sending out a Wobbuffet. Actually, that's actually really good for us. No, wait. I'm going to burn my sleep turns. Why the hell not? Yeah, I just spam to bite. And don't go for Mirror Coat. Don't go for Mirror Coat. Destiny Bomb. Okay, that's fine. We can go into Aridos here. You're going to Mirror Coat. We can Screech. Just to ensure that... there we go. He countered, so that means that this Sludge Bomb is going to take out the Wobbuffet. There we go. Down goes the Wobbuffet. In comes the Porygon 2. I'm just going to Screech again. And then I'm going to Sludge Bomb. You're at -2. Sludge Bomb is going to take you out. Goodbye. Beautiful. You're almost guaranteed to have Psychic, probably. I might go into Typhlosion. Don't power me. Reflect. Okay, that's good. So, obviously, we went into our special instead of our physical, which is nice. Starmie. I got a Thunder Punch. We do outspeed, which is really nice. Hydro Pump comes in and is going to do a huge amount of damage to us, but we get off another Psychic. And then Blissey. So, let's see what you want to do. You're going to Psywave. Well, we'll go into Ursaring here. If we can get off a Dynamic Punch. You have 5 in defense, I think. Down goes the Blissey. Beautiful. Cool. So, that takes us back to the start. So, let's go with that one, I think. But we're just going to quickly go into our Pokemon. We've got 2 powered Pokemon and a fainted Typhlosion. So you can see why I bought Hyper Potions. As you can see, all of these guys can be healed to max with Hyper Potions. We've got to do a full heals. Do I have any Paralyzed Cure Berry? I do. Give. No. Use. There we go. Cool. I'm going to keep Aridos as he is. And there we go. So actually, we have another trainer before taking on Sabrina. Wow! I mean, that's a level 80 Alakazam, and that is doing so much beautiful damage. Okay, because he got Light Screen up, I'm a bit worried. I'm expecting a Grass-type move, so I'm going to go into Aridos. Sleep Powder, okay. Now I'm expecting a Psychic-type move, so I'll go into Togetic. There's the Psychic. We can fly here. It is going to be super effective, and Light Screen has fallen, which is really good. I expect a status. I would expect a status move, or just Psychic again. Good Shadow Ball here. I know Shadow Ball. See how much that does. Doesn't do too much, but obviously we can now go back in. Well, could have got into any one of like Vaporeon or Typhlosion or people like that. So anyway, Hyper Potion on our Ariados and our Vaporeon. A Revive on our Togetic. And a Hyper Potion up. And a full heal. So there we go, cool. And I think we're probably ready to face again. There we go, good choice. So, Sabrina. Vaporeon 87, Ariados 87, Togetic 87, everyone at level 87. So Sabrina's ace is, what, Alakazam usually, so I don't mind leaving Vaporeon. I think Vaporeon's a decent counter to a lot of these guys with Bite. So, Sabrina, let's see. Ah, she's got a Jinx. Okay, so would have been lovely to have been able to be in Typhlosion. Thankfully, she missed the lovely kiss. Psychic comes through, but we take it out there. Okay, so Slowbro. EQ, that is a... There we go, down you go. And as you can see, Vaporeon gains 0 experience, so this is actually the limit. We're going to be slower, so I'm going to go into Typhlosion here. Giga Drain here. We even get a crit there, but that's not too bad. Flamethrower is going to come through, destroy the Executor. In comes the Hypno. I'm just going to flamethrower again. I want to see... That does a decent amount. And he's raising defense, so... We should... Ah. If we had managed to take him out that time, it would have been good. Alakazam is going to take me out. So that's fine. We'll go into our Ursa Ring. And Reflect just failed, just faded, which is really good news. Strength should do a huge amount. That's really good damage. And he gets a crit. Go into Togetic, and I will Shadow Ball. I'm glad I Shadow Balled. So see, Shadow Ball is a physical move, and so he is constantly losing. It's annoying because obviously Shadow Ball, whilst being a physical, of course you get a crit. We've got to go into Donphan because I don't think our Ariados can take a Psychic. Earthquake is nearly going to take out the Espeon. Come on, Ariados, you can live a Psychic, can't you? No, you can't. Come on. There we go. Yes, we got off a rest. That's really good. We should be okay. Because obviously we'll take 2 turns. And then we can bite. Down goes the Espeon. And we defeat Sabrina. There we go. Sweet. Ooh, I was worried that she didn't. I was worried that she might have had an extra Pokemon there. But anyway, so she's going to give us a Marsh Badge. You love your Pokemon overwhelmed by Psychic Power. The Power Love, I think, is also a kind of Psychic Power. Cool. So we defeat Sabrina, which is really good news. So now, we know that there is a Snorlax a Snorlax over here, and we know that there's a Snorlax down by Lavender Town. We have some trainers that we didn't fight along this route, and Vaporeon is now actually 1 level above that she needs to be. So I'm going to swap in Donphan. We'll take on these the few trainers that we didn't do here. So we've got a Biker here who has an Electabuzz, so we got nicely lucky that we obviously had a Don't Freeze Me, thank you, and a Flareon. So 2 Pokemon, both weak to my ground type moves. And we live the Flamethrower, that's really nice. And did we battle you? We did battle you, but we didn't battle him. So, we'll drive you under our wheels. Doubt will outspeed, so I'm going to go into Vaporeon. It's going to Fire Blast, and we can Surf. We avoid the Toxic, which is always nice. And then he's going to bring in a Jolteon, so I'm going to go into Ursa Ring. And we can Earthquake. So obviously normally what happens is that we get the EXPN card by solving the issues at the power plant. And then talking to the dude over here. But he didn't do it last time. Oh, but now this time he has given it to us. Okay, so I'm assuming what happened there is maybe you need to beat Sabrina in order to trigger that event. But anyway, so we now can get up to level 89. And in order to do so, we could take on Erica at the Celadon Gym, which isn't actually too bad an idea. Or we could do some trainers on the SS Aqua, and then try and catch Lugia. Now we should try and do that towards the end. I think we want to keep up our momentum here. So, hello Snorlax, and Pokegear you. So we'll put that next to the Snorlax. The Snorlax will wake up. We can EQ, that does a huge amount of damage. And we get another Earthquake off. And try an Ultra Ball from this range. I don't think it will work. No, there we go. Cool. We do actually catch the Snorlax, the sleeping Pokemon. It's cool. And we arrive in Celadon, and there's usually not much to do here. Team Rocket is hiding in the basement of this game corner, but that's 3 years ago. Oh, it's Urkio! Oh, by the way, Mark, have you caught the legendary Pokemon Entei and Suicune? Okay. If you catch even one, I hope that you will inform me. I'm counting on you, Mark. So obviously, Entei and Suicune are roaming Pokemon, because that's how it works. And annoyingly, because they're roaming Pokemon... Oh, this guy gives us Curse and we can't do it because it's... I kind of want Curse. Curse would be really useful on Donphan. But yeah, no, because we're already slower than those things. Celadon Mansion. You anything in here? Wonder whether the maker added themselves to the group of people in this one here. Is that right? I'm the game designer, filling up the Pokemon stuff. Aren't the twins adorable? Jasmine's pretty too. I'm the graphic artist, so really. Who are the twins? High places, I do love them so. I say the only thing that loves heights as much as I do is smoke. But yeah, no, what was I saying? Yeah, so because they become roaming Pokemon, and obviously, yeah, it's just about whether you randomly encounter them. Or not, unfortunately. Okay, so there's a serious problem with Grimer. We've got the slot machines in here. Odds vary per machine. Hey champ, for the making, are you playing at the slots? I'm trying to get enough coins for Pokemon. Okay, so if we go in here, let's see. So we can buy TM30, TM29, TM26, and we can also get a Pikachu, a Dragonair, or an Aerodactyl. Okay, interesting. Apologies. So then, what else do we have in Celadon? Eating contest at the restaurant. Yeah, so... Okay, cool, I don't really care about that. And then... Ooh, looking at the ground when walking made me dizzy. Celadon department store. So, we got the department store here, obviously, max potions, full restores, revives, no max revives. They're really the sort of like the max revives and full restores are sort of like the ideal items at the moment. Thinking about it, how many revives do I have? 9, and 15 hyper potions and 8 max. I reckon I can beat Erica with that. So, I traded my Pokemon without removing the upgrade for it, so that's there to tell you that if you do that, you get Porygon 2. Anyway, so we've got Hidden Power, we have Hyper Beam, Protect, I think, Double Team, and Sludge Bomb. Obviously, we've already used Sludge Bomb on our Ariados. And then we've got Pokédoll. And this is, yeah, HP up, Iron Carbos, all that sort of stuff. And vending machines. I didn't even need to buy that. Yeah, you don't have enough money. PP up. I'm just checking just to see if there's anyone's going to give us some interesting information. Lovely mail, surf mail. Okay, cool. So, it doesn't look like there's anything else here. So that means what we'll do is we will prepare to take on Erica. So, Erica's down here. Obviously, we have a really nice Pokemon that can deal with Erica in Typhlosion. You know, our ace, as it were. But Ariados is not someone to be shrugged at either, with type advantage in terms of the poison typing. And yeah. So, we're going to try and take on Erica now. And she's going to have a fair amount of trainers. We've got our twins. Okay, so we'll show you Pokemon moves that Erica taught us. Starts off with a Victory Bell. So, we will start off by Psychic. You're going to Swords Dance. And then try and Sleep Powder, but you miss. So that's unfortunate for you. You also got a Vileplume. And again, we can Psychic. And again, you miss Sleep Powder. You get the Moonlight off, but Psychic's going to take you out. Beautiful. And so, next. Do you think a girls only gym is rare? Are there any other girl only gyms? There probably are. We can Sludge Bomb Tangler. That's going to do a bunch of damage. What are you going to try and do? You're going to Giga Drain. That's really not going to do a lot. We quadruply resist. So 4. There we go. So we wake up after 4 turns of sleep. Iodose grows to level 88. And you've got a Vaporeon. Okay. So we should outspeed, shouldn't we? I'd like to think. No, we don't. So, oh no, of course we don't. Of course, my Vaporeon outspeeds everyone. Sorry, outspeeds everyone else except for Typhlosion. Well, that's a bit of a pity. We'll go into our Togetic here, and we'll Zap Cannon. We land a Zap Cannon, which is really cool. We're now I tried to go for it again because obviously being paralysed would mean that the Vaporeon would have had another turn to attack. But there we go. So Ursaring defeats that Vaporeon. And then we'll try and Dynamic Punch this Clefable, who misses 2 Fire Blasts in a row, which is unfortunate. And then hurts itself in Confusion, which is even more unfortunate. Well, Earthquake. That does so... Okay, that was a crit, I was going to say. No way, is that not a crit? We'll go into Typhlosion. Double Edge is going to come in and take out the Venusaur. And we'll defeat this last, but we've got another one. Another 4 Pokemon with 2 of ours down and 1 of them injured. So, Persian misses Hypnosis, which is great news, and goes down to Earthquake, which is also really good news. So, we'll go into Vaporeon here, and we'll see what you want to do. We'll Bite, and you flinch, and you flinch, and you Surf. How much does Surf do? Surf does more, wow. Because it's in the rain, I think. Should have been surfing there. But anyway, you bring out the Exeggutor. I'm just going to Ice Beam, straight up Ice Beam. Try and get this thing down to low health. We'll bring in Typhlosion now. And you Giga Drain. Flamethrower is going to do a lot. And then a Heracross, which we can also Flamethrower, which is really, really good. So, unfortunate for you that you didn't have the right... Just the Pokemon matchup didn't end up so good. We have 1 more trainer before... I'm glad we only have 1 more trainer before taking on Erica. And we can start using these Hyper Potions. And obviously we have some Asleep Pokemon as well. That's the one thing you've obviously got to be really aware with... grass types is obviously they've got plentiful access to lots of status moves. So anyway, were you looking at these tiles or at me? Beauty would like to battle, starting off with a Starmie. I'm just going to Screech. There we go, good. Okay, and now we go down. Yeah, we let ourselves go down, unfortunately. Nothing else we can really do. But we now bring in Ursaring, who can and should survive a Hydro Pump. Yes, easily. And a +2, essentially. It's going to do a lot of damage. We can die. Of course we do. Slightly less damage on the second one. We get Min Roll. Kind of sucks, but anyway. We'll try and land we do land a Dynamic Punch on the Blissey, which is going to take out the Blissey. She's got several more Pokemon. Yep, Earthquake takes me out, so I'll go into Typhlosion. I'm glad I didn't swap now, because obviously she had Earthquake there, so we would have walked straight into an Earthquake. This Umbreon, we're just going to... come on, come on, come on. Don't storm me out here. I really don't want you to storm me out here. There we go, land a Surf. Great, and we get a crit as well. That Umbreon goes down. That double teaming. Gotta hate double team. Okay, so full heal on Typhlosion. Revive on Ariados and on Ursaring. And then Hyper Potions on everyone. And then I think we will lead Typhlosion, just because with... Well, I say that, but we get the benefit of with Typhlo. Yeah, no, we'll leave Typhlosion, because we should go first, regardless. And if it wants to, like, sleep powder or whatever. And hopefully we can wreck shop here with Erica's grass types. So, 6 Pokemon. Starts off with a Jumpluff, so would be slightly better if we actually had an Ice type. But we get the Burn, which is really unfortunate, and misses the Swagger as well. So, all sorts of bad luck there. On Flamethrower, the Miltank. It is obviously female. 145 out of 288. It did just under half. I'm going to assume it's not going to do... Yeah, good. Okay, good. Now we can reversal. Down goes the Miltank. Good. She's going to bring in the Ampharos, and we are going to swap into Donphan. Earthquake is going to take out the Ampharos. Beautiful. She's got a Victory Bell. We'll go into Ariados. You're going to Sleep Powder. But now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? I could go into Togetic here. You're going to Double Edge. Okay. Well, we'll Fly then. So you're +2. So you're at +2. And you're Double Edging. So I'm going to go back into Donphan here and damn Sleep Powder. Damn Sleep Powder. Okay, Vaporeon, please outspeed. Well, nothing I can do about that. Okay, Typhlosion, you will outspeed, and you will Flamethrower. There we go, down goes the Victory Bell. Okay, she has 2 Pokemon left. She starts off with the Meganium, which we should outspeed Flame, even though it's a level above us, which is actually... First time we've had that. We'll just Strength it. I'm so glad I did that actually now. Since this is actually... We're winning this battle, which is good. So if we want it to Synthesis, because then it doesn't get any damage on us, and Ursaring is at full health. Ready to take on her final Pokemon, which is... a Ninetales. Wonderful. Okay, we can Earthquake Ninetales every day of the week. And down you go, and we defeat Erica. Oh, God. That was a bit worrying when we had, like, half of our Pokemon asleep. I probably should have swapped in Ariados on the Victory Bell, knowing that it had already Sleep Powdered. And just to see that it would Sleep Powder, and then I could swap in something else. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. That was unfortunate. But there we go, we defeat Erica. Cool, so that is... 5 Kanto Gym badges now. Brock, Misty, Sabrina, Erica, Lieutenant Surge. And now, obviously, we have 2 choices. We can either, well, one, we can talk to you, just tells us we can reach Fuchsia City. There are so many Wild Fearow, it seems. So we should be able to reach level 90. So I am going to head down Cycling Road, and we're going to reach Fuchsia, and then I'll call this episode to an end. I think that makes the most sense. Our Pokemon are at full health. And our first trainer is a biker who has a Weezing. So we'll swap in Donphan here. As long as it doesn't explode, we should be fine. There we go, cool. So, you can see high levels. 81, obviously Erica's Meganium was level 89, which is actually higher than I thought we'd be seeing at the moment. So we get a crit to take out that Ursaring, which is really nice. Are there any trainers around here? There are trainers. Sends out a Rhydon, so we'll swap in Vaporeon. Scary Face, okay, and then we can Surf. EQ, but Surf will take you out. Nice. We see a Hypno. Bite is going to do a good amount, and we avoid the Hypnosis. They seem to have been landing a lot of, a lot fewer Hypnosis more recently, at least in my opinion. So we're going to land an Earthquake. Down goes the Muck, which is good news for us, and we reach eventually the bottom. We have more trainers. Just gonna quickly, anyway, go away. heal up that. You, so, what do you have? Nice bike, how does it handle? So, he sends out Eradicate. And I didn't mean to injure there. I did not mean to injure. If we don't live this super, I was going to say, if we don't live super fan, come on. I mean, well, no, that's a load of rubbish, actually. We can't not live Super Fang. Super Fang only ever half. Just does half. I forgot about Extreme Speed. Very common in Arcanine. And it goes to Hyper Beam, but we get Earthquake off. Sends up the Eradicate. Come on, Bandity Punch. You know you want to. You know you want to. EQ should take out this Eradicate. There we go. As Donphan reaches level 89. We'll head up this side, just because we know there are no more trainers on this side, and then we'll quickly heal up. And then we will go back and reach the bottom of this. Should I just check? I'm just going to do like Wild Yanma. See, that is why you should check the grass, because there are occasionally going to be Pokemon that you haven't seen yet. Thunder Punch is a one-hit KO, but Reversal is going to do very, very little. That's going to be the move, not Protect. It's going to be Detect in the whatchamacallit, in the department store. Okay, cool. Well, we've weakened you down, so now there we go. We catch ourselves a Yanma, so the Clear Wing Pokemon. Anything else interesting? Zero. 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 Two more. Butterfree. And finally another Yanma. Okay, cool. So I'm happy. Cool. So now, Root. This Root doesn't seem to have continued on its habit of having some grass on it like it did in Red and Blue and all that. So anyway, Electabuzz. We know the Ice Punch is coming. We know it's always got a chance at freezing us. But anyway, we live the Flamethrower is going to take us out, but we can go into. We're going to Vaporeon, seeing as we're slightly lower level. Because obviously Vaporeon didn't do much in the Grass-type gym. Even though Ice Beam is obviously super effective, but we're just slightly too slow. Another battle. So, we see Arbok. Which is a good amount. That survives that really well, actually. What are Arbok's stats? And a Typhlosion! So, how best to deal with Typhlosion? It does have Thunder Punch. And gets a crit, and gets paralysis. But goes down. Okay, good. And Typhlosion reaches level 90, so I'm assuming that you can't get any higher, can you? Grab Hammer. Thunder Punch. Oh no, okay, so we can actually go above level 90, which is interesting. You're quadruply weak to two things, to both water and to ground, so therefore Earthquake is the best move. We have two more. Come on, Ice Punch, come on. And there we go. Goodbye, Crobat. Screw you, Crobat. Crobat is... I'm telling you, this playthrough has made me hate Crobat, not gonna lie. I just really dislike Crobat. Misses the Zap Cannon, which is obviously unfortunate. Lands it the second time though, so that's all good. Fire Blast, you can take me out. No, you're not. Good. I just get a nice little kill at the end. Probably should have given that to Togetic, but anyway. So, anyway, here we are. Route 118, and if you're a trainer, then I'm actually going to... That's actually what I meant to do, but anyway. So you. So, we got a beauty here. She has 2 Pokemon, starting off with the Ninetales. We actually have nothing really for an electric type. Sorry, for a fire type at the moment. But Thunder Punch is a 4. Oh, screw Hypnosis. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. That's doing 30 odd, so we'll definitely wake up before the end. There we go, good. And a Lapras. Endure. Reversal. Take it out, take it out, take it out. There we go, beautiful. Okay, good. Oh man, another trainer? I wanted to be doing as little as this as possible. I just wanted to get to Fuchsia. We'll revive it before end just because Vaporeon's got good coverage in general. So anyway, Parasect. Okay, so you are quadruply weak to my fly, so you will go down to fly. You have a Raichu, so we have nothing that eats up ground electric at the moment. And we lost. Well, that's what I should have done. Anyway, Ariados. T-Wave. And we just Sludge Bomb. Good, you missed the Thunder. Sludge Bomb does a bunch. Does a huge amount of damage, which is really good. Come on, let me get the drain. There we go. It's going to pick up all my health. Wow, a nice large chunk of my health. Tried to go for the Mirror Coat, but obviously we failed actually, so that was fine. You can go into Vaporeon. Do you have the Attract? Or you're just body slamming. What I do like is that each individual, like, that Miltank is very different to other Miltanks that we've faced, which is good. I think that means that, you know, you end up with a mix of the Pokemon that you see, which is really nice, as opposed to in previous games where you sort of, you know, you see a Pokemon and you know exactly what moves it's going to have. So I have enjoyed the fact that it looks like that, you know, I don't know whether that's just because of the different levels or something, but it does look like that, you know, each trainer has their own sort of set for each Pokemon, and that makes a lot more sense than all the Pokemon that you see sort of being the same. So anyway, I'm Janine, Hocus Pocus Puff. See, I look just like her now. Oh yeah, so this is all the identical girls in the gym, which is another gym which has all girls, so there you go. Girl in Erica's gym. There are other gyms that are all female. As we see, Route 19 down the bottom as well. So, we do actually need to find out what level we can reach. And we have some more... Come on, how does that go? Yes! Primeape. So more... We've seen Primeape and... Admittedly, I say that, but we have been seeing in the Kanto portion, at least, of this game, that the wild Pokemon sort of have been rather consistent. So we've seen lots of Primeape, lots of Dodrio, and obviously and lots of Pharaoh. You always want a variation in the wild Pokemon you see. It might just be time of day, admittedly. I have been pretty regularly just playing it in morning time recently. So yeah, I can't say that that's not necessarily going to be the case. As we see, the Kanto Safari Zone Warden has disappeared off, potentially to set up the Safari Zone in Cloven. So anyway, no littering. We have the Mart, which I might need to buy some more things for. Get some burnt berries. Coco's daughter. Obviously the Safari Zone is gone. A bunch of bushes. Don't know. I was looking for secret items, but there didn't seem to be any. Cool. Okay, so that is going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to take on Janine at the Fuchsia City Gym. As we see, everything is very, very empty. The Safari Zone offices is closed, obviously. So yeah, in the next episode, we will take on Janine at the Fuchsia City Gym, and then we will head this way, and we'll beat all the trainers along Route 15. We'll either do that or we'll fly to Lavender Town and then work our way back down. And then from there, we will then start thinking about heading south and across the water routes all the way over to Cinnabar Island. So I hope you, again, have enjoyed this episode of my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite, and I hope you will join me on next.